I am hosting Evas, Atwiine, Kansiime, the Executive Director of ICFC, an entity that empowers people to have mental health and care for their families well. And today we are talking about the power of a dad's presence. And before we went for a break, we realized that the woman in your life is looking forward to you as the father of her children being actively involved in the life of your children. Number 2, making decisions that are good for the family. Number 3, offering strategic leadership over the family. And number 4, taking responsibility that enables them feel covered. And as a result, therefore, you have to be a symbol of authority, be an epitome of leadership, be a trigger of obedience, be a builder of courage, be a source of protection, and a booster of confidence. You can't do that if you're absent. Evas, what are some of the causes of men being absent in their families?
Sure, so there are several causes or several reasons why dads are absent from their families. But can you just allow me to add one more thing?
Yes.
From what you, one of the important things I forgot was that dads are a symbol of stability.
Yes.
Now, if a dad brings instability in the family, then that's not expected. That's unusual.
All right.
So they are symbols of stability, and that's why children who grow up in a family where there is a dad, research is showing us, recent trends in research are showing us that they have a 43% chance above their peers to be more stable in school, not get in trouble, and they are less likely to be stressed. But that is if the dad is a healthy dad.
Of course.
Is not a dad who brings violence into the home. Whose presence is positive.
So those who are absent, what causes that?
What causes that? There are so many reasons. Number 1 is some of them they don't have an idea, they didn't have an experience of a dad in their lives. They don't know any better. They don't know any better. So some of the dads think it is normal to be absent. And speaking to families over these years, you hear so many dads who say, what does a child need me for?
I have paid
as long
fees.
As I subscribe for TV, I pay fees,
yes.
I buy food.
Food is all over.
Is all over. So they believe in provision rather than being present in the lives.
So they believe in presence, not presence.
Yes, thank you, Sam. Yeah, presence. And so they give, they provide. And a number of dads out there really believe that as long as they provide for the family, they are good to go.
Yeah, so that's one. Not having a model in their life.
Not having a model in their lives. Yes. Number 2 is is also society believing that a dad doesn't have to be. Actually, there are so many men who get embarrassed by being close to their family.
Yeah.
You believe that?
Yeah, yes, I do. Yeah. Somebody warned me, a woman warned me from being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She saw me from a distance washing utensils in my house, and I'm okay with doing that. And she put me on the side and said, "What, Tata Petra, why do you do that?"
Exactly. So many men think that and they believed the lie, and that's why I feel society has been very unfair to men because they've sold them a lie, and men have bought it out of stock. They've taken it, and they believe that being close to your family makes you weak. So they go so many places except their homes.
Yes.
And so they think if they are part of the family playing with a child, they are not man enough. So those negative stereotypes have done us great damage.
All right.
Number 3 is poor relationships between men and women. There are so many dads that can't access the lives of their children because of the broken relationships. So we have separation, we have divorce, we have all that. That's another challenge.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm right now dealing with a case as a leader of men's forum. I'm right now dealing with a case where a man has been beaten by his wife, together with the wife's mother and the wife's elder sister. They came together, 3 of them, beat the man, removed him out of a house they had just built, and it's terrible.
Yeah, so family conflicts have been a very big problem. But let me also talk about women. Also women, especially in this 21st century, they've believed the lie, and I'll call it by its name, that they don't need men. That they need a child, but they don't need men.
So men decide to move away also, since they are not needed.
So they are not needed. And men have believed they are not needed anyway, because a woman can take care.
Yes.
I just, Sam, if you allow me, I'll pass this caution. Please be very careful when you say you can take care of your child. Just be careful that you're not just thinking about material provision.
Exactly.
This child's life goes beyond material.
The material.
Yes. And I've been part of court cases where families are breaking and people are going through a very, very painful process of divorce. And women believe that they don't need a man. That's so shameful. And they take all the children and they say, you take care of them. So I want to pass this caution once again, emphasize it, that the child doesn't just need a good school, an iPad, and I don't know what else you give to them, ice cream and clean clothes. They need the dad. They need a stable family environment where they will grow as healthy human beings.
So they need more of an environment than some material things.
Thank you so
much. They need more of a certain environment.
Absolutely.
An environment. That, you see, it's like a seed.
Yeah.
We were taught in elementary school, in primary school, that for a seed to germinate, there has to be a certain environment. There has to be sunshine. Maybe that is that's human laughter in the home.
Right.
There has to be soil. I don't know what that could be, whether it's food and what in the home.
It's love.
Yes. There has to be water, humidity and moisture.
Nurturing.
You know, that's nurturing. So that seed will not germinate unless there is a certain environment, some conditions. So our children are seeds in the same way. Exactly. They also need an environment more than they need the material things. I hear you.
And I just want to again take this opportunity on this show to tell parents or to say this to families that be deliberate about providing that. The best thing you can give to your child is a healthy family environment.
All right. So therefore, what I'm hearing is that if the dad is not present, for example, for whichever reason, still a woman cannot say, I now replace him and I am playing the role of a father in a child. It's not possible.
It isn't possible. So
because I hear men say, I am Jane or I am Sharon, and for me, I am both a dad and a mom. And I'm saying, how are you both a dad and a mom?
So you're not, because they are unique. I go back to the unique contribution, unique roles of each parent.
All right.
Now, you can try to imitate Sam. By the way, Sam, as a parenting coach, we encourage mothers who, for any reason, their children don't have a father model in the family, that to try as much as possible to identify a father figure.
Expose them to male mentors.
Because then from there they are able to see authority, they are able to see leadership, they are going to see courage,
they're going to learn
obedience, they're going to see problem solving and risk taking. You know, those unique contributions of a man in a child's life.
All right.
Very important.
So when the dad is not there physically, maybe there has been a separation.
Right.
Maybe the dad is working abroad and comes back once in 4 months or 5 months. So where the dad is not there physically, briefly, how can he still try to play his role of being in the life of the children?
So that's why we encourage connection. So as much as possible, I'll tell dads that because we live in a world where things are not what they used to be.
Yeah.
But then, can we work within this environment to still be in the lives of our children? Let me tell you, there are dads who may not be present. Maybe they work up country, or they work outside the country, or they are for any reason. To try as much, be deliberate. Be deliberate in connecting with a child.
Yes.
I love scripture which says God has given us everything we need for life and godliness.
Yes.
So we have phones, we have Zoom, we have, find ways to connect with your child.
All right.
Find ways to connect with your child and be deliberate, because we create time for something we value.
Oh, absolutely.
We value something, we value something we understand. And that's, I think, why we are providing this
never allow it when somebody says, I don't have time. No. They have 24 hours every day. Whatever is a priority in your life will always find not only time in your schedule, but also money in your pocket.
Exactly.
There is somebody here who is watching, a woman, she is divorced. Her husband is no longer with her. And she is now the one who has the custody of the children. Briefly, what is your advice to that woman?
I would advise...
in light of the topic today.
Exactly.
As we come to the close.
Probably I should talk about this in view of the dangers we are seeing with children who grow without a father element in them. Disobedience, violence, children who are likely not to maintain stable relationship. I talked about stability. This is more prevalent amongst children who grow up without dads. And so many things, and holding down a job they can't. So I'm saying this because we make decisions based on understanding. So a mom who is in that situation needs to be deliberate about connecting these children to their dad, because you're doing it out of deliberate effort, understanding, and knowing that if this child doesn't get that, they are likely to come off a certain way. They are going to experience certain challenges in the future.
And they may even end up being the snake that will bite you soon.
Exactly.
You never know.
Exactly. So I would invite, because we encourage healthy co-parenting. And I know so many women, because maybe the relationship ended wrongly, they are angry, they're having challenges, so they just say, you're not going to see my children. But I want to speak to you, if you're listening or watching, please make a deliberate effort to connect your child, to allow your child to access the dad.
All right. As we end right now this program, let me put my tongue in my cheek and provoke you a little bit with your permission. Let me present a dilemma to you. If you had a dad who is present physically but very undisciplined, and a dad who is absent physically but disciplined, which one would you tolerate?
Sam. Okay, so I guess I would tolerate the second one.
The one who?
The one who is absent.
Yes.
But disciplined.
But a good model.
A good model. Because any little time he shows up, it's a positive impact.
It's a positive showing up.
Showing up.
Awesome.
The other one is very toxic. And so you remember I talked about 80%?
Yes.
So we have children who have grown up in very toxic environment where the dad is violent, where he beats the mom, where he beats the children, where there is so much emotional distress in the family. And so you remember the 80%?
Yes, I
So
do.
this is what children are exposed to.
Yeah, the modeling.
The modeling.
Yes.
So that is very dangerous.
Okay.
And so to have him there
and he's
100% present,
yes.
He needs to rework himself and address some of those things. But I'd rather deal with the other one.
Thank you very much. Give your parting shot in just about 10-15 seconds.
Okay.
Look directly into that camera and give your parting shot to the men who are watching as far as them being present in their families going forward.
Right. So I'd really want to speak to you men and to say you have believed a lie that you're not needed. You are absolutely essential in the lives of children. And when you know this, you're going to make every possible effort to be in the life of your child. Because what does it benefit you, any of us if you gain all these things and then later on your children haven't made it because of your absence? So I encourage men to know that you're needed, and to know that you can play your role, and to know that your children need you, they need you desperately.
All right. Thank you very much, Evas. It's been an awesome time today being able to share these important nuggets of wisdom for fathers as far as their presence in the life of children, their children, is concerned. Remember where we started from. Some men are missing in action. And that is why they need to step up and be courageous with their manhood and how they lead. Even if they never got a certain father in their own life, they can be a certain kind of father that they always needed. That will require them to take on maximized manhood, which is synonymous to Christ-likeness. And that begins by choosing to be brave dads that are available. Go and be a symbol of authority in your home. Go and be an epitome of strategic leadership in your home. Go and be a trigger of obedience to your children. Go